Hello, welcome to a short video about my experience regarding the latest what you call this Granblue Fantasy versus Rising. So apparently the beta test has been ended. So there were two portions like the closed beta and the open beta. Open beta. So I'll just summarize my what you call this my experience and my observations with it. So let me first talk about the new stuff in the game, which a lot of people maybe some mixed opinions about it. So number one is the button inputs, or should I say the simple and technical inputs. So right now, this is the most should I say obvious one of the biggest changes, I think. So regardless, before when you use the simple inputs, the damage is nerfed. So you don't have that much. The damage is nerfed against the technical input. So what the simple inputs offers you is just fast fingers maybe or fast execution, but the damage is not much as compared with while doing some special moves on technical. So I know this particular change in the game quite caused a commotion. It kind of stirred up the community, maybe not only the Granblue community, but maybe as the entire fighting community is having a debate over this. And anyway, for that, just pick your own side. Just for me, as long as you enjoy the game, then that's it. But if you are kind of the one who's serious getting into it, it might be a problem because there's no we know in Street Fighter 6 there's a great divide between modern controls and classic controls. So I think this one is quite obvious appearing, or should I say a predicament in this game. But nevertheless, you could just switch between on the like you could do some moves on simple input and some moves also in technical. So for me, Zeta, her what you call this, I use her projectiles by using the simple input, while the others, since it's just easy, I could just use the technical input. So that's one. So I mean, let me know in the comment section whether you like using the modern or the simple inputs, or just stick with the traditional technical controls. Then number two is the raging rush, or the raging the drive impact in this game. So apparently they introduced this raging rush in the game where you will spend the raging strike first. So raging strike. So press medium and what you call this and heavy. It will cost 25% of your meter, and this performs a guard break, which you could follow up a combo. So for this one, it's like maybe not drive impact is the right term, but it looks like a drive impact in Street Fighter 6. But this one, it forces opponent to cripple or maybe a guard break. Then you could do your combos and stuff. Also, if you want to spend another 25 meters, you could do the raging rush, or the raging rush, or the follow up. So this will what you call this? This will what you call this? Your character will move forward and will do a raging strike or raging rush strike. Then you can do a combos you want. So this one is particularly pretty handy in some situations, especially if your opponent is on the wall. You could just do this and extend your combo further, or force a counter hit, which I've been doing basically the entire time, because this move really puts the opponent in a counter hit position. But I'm not really sure, because there are some times that the counter hit is not appearing, but most of the time, most often than not, it's like it forces on the counter hit. And even though you spend all your meter for this raging rush, I think this is really worth it. Like if you want really to have that advantage, like if you want to really save some meter or just for other moves, you could use this raging rush. And it's so hard to anticipate. Maybe if you get used to playing this one, then probably you will anticipate already what when will be the instance that your enemy will be using this. Of course, on the top of that, you could guard what you call this alpha counter. I forgot the brave counter. So there's also you could spend 50% of your meter just for a brave counter. Now for the brave counter, it's quite I mean, it costs a lot of meter because it's 50%, and you need the brave points. So if you're wondering what brave points are, it's just the 3 diamonds on top of your screen. So that's 3 diamonds. Every time you got guard broken and what you call this guard broken and you use the brave counter, the brave points, you use your brave points. So it looks like you could only do guard break brave counters and maybe got it 3 times. So I'm not sure if there's a way to recover your brave points, but it looks like there's no any other way to recover your brave points. So it's one of the like a game changer. Like if your opponent's really pushing or putting some pressure in the corner, which most often than not, because in this game it puts one of your advantages in order for you to win the game is put your opponent in the corner and make sure to do your pressure stuff. Like most of the high damaging combos here are done in the corner. So it's like in the middle of the screen, it's like full neutral. Then when you go to the corner, it gets some animation, like combos get extended. But again, this game has a combo limit, so there are some you need to practice some certain strings. You cannot just do all the stuff. I think there's some characters which are going above the combo limit. It depends. It's kind of character specific. EX super. So at the cost of 50%. So let's say you use Brave Rush and Brave Counter. So normally you do your SBAs here or ultimates here, Skybound Art or your ultimate art, or if you have 100% meter. And they deal also a ton damage. But in certain instances, if you think in some situations you want to use your EX super. So EX super EX super is like pressing the input for your skill, then pressing X. So every skill or every special move in the game have their own unique motion inputs, and whenever you press circle, it goes you do the EX version, and when you press X instead of circle, then it does the EX super. So you could just spend 50% of your meter to do the EX super instead. So like in Under Night Invert, where every special move has its enhanced version and it has its super enhanced version. So at the cost of 50% meter, you could do that. And it's some are damaging, but I think based on when I was playing it, like during the first day, I think no one was using this, but as the game gets older, like as the game goes, like many people are now using the EX supers, but it's kind of a situational thing. Of course, you want to go with your Skybound Art combos or with your Ultimate Arts combos, because that will yield big damage. But sometimes in some certain situations, especially if you're forced to use your Raging Strike or your Raging Rush, or let's just say Drive Impact, so you still spend the remaining meter to do the EX supers. So what else? So I think that's all of those things are the major additions in the game. Technically, the game is still okay. I think one thing that I forgot is the tech time for throws is quite insanely long. So I'm not sure how long the tech time is. I think this is longer as compared in any other fighting game. Usually they leave this tech time quite short, but this is the first time I seeing the throw throw tech window very long because the screen freezes really for a long time, and it gives you opportunity to break the throws. If you try to play any other fighting game, you will not have that kind of no kind of the leeway. Really, it will be like a short moment. It will give you the throw tech window. But here in this game, if the throw will be coming from a standard throw, not a counter hit, or not a counter hit, or maybe not, if the opponent is not mashing, like in Blaze Blue, yeah, you need to, yeah, it will force on a tech throw state. So it's quite long, and you could easily break throws in this game. But upon counter hit, let's say you throw your opponent on counter hit, or maybe if he whiff or mash the button, I think the throw animation will continue right away without the throw animation will continue. Will sorry, not continue, but it will start right away without the tech window. And you will see in the opponent's, what you call this, in the opponent's like screen, like no escape. So it means like that's a, I don't know if we call it a perfect throw or a just throw, something like that. So it means that there will be no tech window upon that scenario, and the throw animation will start right away once you grab the opponent. So, and another thing is the damage is quite high of this game. So this is just the beta. Whenever you do your stuff here, every simple combo and whatnot, it's quite high. Especially that's why a lot of people, including me, are using the Brave Count, the Brave Rush, or the Raging Strikes and Raging Rush combos, because they do a lot of damage. And whenever a combo will start from a counter hit, it will really the damage will be amped up like crazy. Like you could finish the game. Let's say on a situation like you do maybe 4 to 5 counter hit combos, it will end the game. But yeah, I mean, combos coming from counter hit in this game, it's really huge because you don't the combos here are short. They are not very long as compared to other fighting games, but in the corner it gets extended a little bit, then applied with the combo limit. So maybe in this this is just the beta phase, so the damage amplifier, the damage numbers are quite high. But when we go to the actual production or the actual build of the game, like the market build of the game, then probably these damages will be toned down, or will be, they will stabilize the numbers to a reasonable amount. But right now this is beta test, so maybe they're just checking out things and see if what will be the best approach to this, whether they will still increase it, which I don't think so, but they might tone down a little bit, because it might if they tone down that much, then the game will be very long, or on a per round basis it might be very long. So I don't want that to happen. Well, it happens all the time where people just moving back and forth, like doing footsies all the time and doing neutrals. But in terms of damage count, you don't want to see sometimes you don't want to see a long fighting game on a per round basis. Guilty Gear as one of the games, like as Guilty Gear Strive rather, has a high damage fighting game, which you'll see. I mean, you could end around like in 10 seconds or maybe 20 seconds at max, depending on the character. If you're using especially Unga Bunga characters, they might end the match in 10 to 20 seconds. In this one, it's following a similar trend, but we'll see if they will stick to this, or maybe we'll go back, or will try to work out with the figures, try to tone the damage down. Okay, one of the features that they added in the game also is, or maybe not added, but they have removed the universal overhead in the game. So universal overhead was replaced by Raging Strike or Raging Rush right now, in terms of button input. So overhead, it didn't completely went off in the game. It's just they they replaced it, or they just retooled it somewhere else. So when you're doing our usual strings, you have an option to choose whether where the last hit will get string. Your normal light, medium, or heavy. So the last hit can now be, you have an option whether you want to do an overhead attack, a medium attack, or probably a low one. So if you hold the forward medium on the last hit or in the third hit, it will create a low attack. Then when you press a what you call this, forward heavy, it will result to a overhead. So that's where the instant overhead and maybe instant low came. And also there were running attacks, dash attacks. They call it dash attacks now in the game. So if you keep on running, then you press forward. Every character has their own unique running attack, and I think most of them are not comboable except for running heavy in the corner. So when you hit a running heavy in the corner, I think you could still combo that, but I haven't practiced it in most of the characters. Now, this is really messing me up because that's why I was not able to combo while running because of this dash attack. I skipped the tutorial and I just found out when I went to the what you call this to the move command list and the general move list, or the general move list in the game. So I just saw that there is a dash attack, and dash attacks, like, they're not comboable. So what I was doing was I was really running full sprint. Then all of a sudden I could not could not combo. I could not do a 1 2 3 combo. So I didn't know that there was a running attack at that time. So yeah. That running attack messes me up, and so you need to let go of the running button when you're trying to do the full sprint in order for you to keep on doing the pressures 1 2 3 combos and stuff. And I think that's most of it. The other things are maybe most of the user interface and the visual. So counter hit right now, it adds a red sparking, like when you do a counter hit, the like usual Guilty Gear Strive style, like the counter hit will you will have a red firework something, or a red impact, which signifies that you have done a counter hit. So from counter hit you could do the meaty combos and big damage as well. Then visually also, dynamic camera angles also now part of the game, like Guilty Gear, like you're playing Guilty Gear Xrd. So they have this new camera angles, while dynamic camera angles while you're where you're winning or ending the round. They try to smooth the camera from point to point. So maybe just to add this might be an added visual feature in the game. I mean, it was developed, so it's also developed by ArcSys, so where the inspiration came out. They just used the same assets. So I think that it was a good addition. Then what else? As for the weapons and color palettes, because this game has a really insane amount or insane number of color palettes per character, and also number of weapons. So apparently in this beta build, there's only 3. You have only for each character has this three different weapon skins. So in the previous game, if you played the previous version of the game, or the previous game, there's an insane amount of number of weapon skins which you can get from doing the single player, like the single player content So you just go through the story or go to the mayhem. I forgot the conquest mode of this game, like a single player conquest mode. So every time you finish that thing, there's a chance for you to get the what you call this to get a chance for you to get that weapon skin, and each character has a different way, or it's like I went to the went to a web to internet and just search on how to get specifically this weapon. So I think one of the most famous famous skins which I always see back then was the fish sword. So Gran and Gita has this fish sword, and I think you can just get it easily. It's like kind of a troll, but yeah, you could see a lot of people equipping this fish sword. So let me know in the comment section what was your favorite weapon skin and from which character is it, because believe me, there's a lot of and some of them are kind of hard to get. Like they are really put you into the test. Like there were some extreme conditions, like they give you the extreme requisites in order for you to unlock that particular. Some can be get in that gacha for that what you call this, for that conquest mode, and some it needs some specific condition, specific condition in order for you to unlock and use that particular sword of weapon skin. So I guess that's it for the game. As for the experience, or sorry, as for the beta experience in terms of the connection and rollback of the game, it's a majority of matches, even though it's registering high pings, matches are going smooth as well. But there were some like maybe 70%, or maybe 80, I could say 80%. So 80% of my matches went well. Others were just stuttering like crazy. I think they're still testing out the netcode, right? So maybe that's the reason for this beta test. So they could try to work on the dead spots or the dead connections in the game. Like maybe from player A is residing from this country and player B is around this place, or maybe in another country. So maybe in the future we'll see more improvements, hopefully, in the connection. And yep, that's it for the Granblue Fantasy versus Rising beta test. I hope for sure they will announce some news in the upcoming Evo, because Evo will be like 4 days or 5 days from now. Sorry. For 3 to 4 days from now, in during the time of this video. So there you go. Hope you like this video, and please do support your friend or FGC Dinosaur. Please leave a like, share, and reply. Push that algorithm, and kindly help me, spread out these videos to other viewers, and push the algorithm to others. So that's it for now. Thanks for joining in, and hope to see you in the next video. So have a good one, stay safe, and cheers till the next video. Goodbye.